Stop being vanilla if you want to boost your business. Hello, lovely dynamic women, and welcome to the Dynamic Women podcast. I'm Diane Rolston, your host. And today I get to talk about being extraordinary and the importance of that rather than being vanilla. Because if you really want to boost your business, you are going to need to stand out.
You're listening to the Dynamic Women podcast. Each week, you'll be inspired by our global community of women. They'll share with you tools and stories to help you be dynamic in every area of life. Here's your host, award-winning coach, and the CEO and founder of Dynamic Women, Diane Rolston.
If you actually want to boost your business and grow in your life, what I need to share first is that vanilla, the ice cream, I don't want any haters out there. The ice cream vanilla, it's good stuff, okay? But if you really want to stand out in your life and in your business, there is another way to do that. So when we think about ice cream shops, and I'm going to keep in this metaphor for a moment. When we think of ice cream shops don't necessarily get famous for their vanilla. Why? Everywhere has vanilla. And some places have interesting ice creams. You can let me know what types of ice creams you prefer. So maybe it's some like jalapeno ice cream or a pistachio ice cream or an Earl Grey ice cream, something that's a little bit different than the ordinary. So what am I talking about? Hi everyone, I'm Diane Rolston. And what I want to share with you today is how to stop being vanilla, how to stop being the average, how to stop being plain Jane if you really want to boost your business and your life. So how are you going to do that? It is important to be extraordinary in everything you do. And you may think, oh my goodness, that sounds so hard. Like I have to be extraordinary in every single thing I do. And I'm not saying that you have to come from a place of like perfection in everything you do. That's not where I want you to go with this. I want you to think about how can you stand out for being you? How can you be different from others by being you? Not being a cookie cutter vanilla type that everyone else is or maybe has experienced. How can you be different? The only way that you can be different is by actually knowing what makes you different. But before I go there, I want to just talk about why you're such a unique combination and the importance of unique combinations in society and in the economy right now. So you are a unique combination. You know that each person's fingerprints are different. Everyone's kind of DNA is different based on who their parents are and then how they turn out based on their environment. Everyone is unique and you are no different in that everything about you can be and is special. And when you stand out, when you are unique, it's not that you're coming from this place of, I'm better than others. I am more important than others. That is definitely not where you need to be going. But coming from that place of, wow, I am unique, and my uniqueness is what makes me different. It's the piece that people are willing to pay for. But you need to find out what that is for you. Now, when you're also in alignment with being extraordinarily you, it's so much easier to live. It's so much easier to work because you are an expert at you. And I was doing a training today for my $1 Million Woman program. And we were talking about how who you are is more important than what you do. And then I kind of talked about we're all riding on tracks. So you can imagine we're all on this set of train tracks. And are you on the I run this type of business train track, or I work this type of job track, or I am a stay-at-home mom track? And so if you're on one of these tracks, but the train has your job title on it or some other title in your world, there are hundreds of thousands probably of people with that same title. And having that type of title confines you, defines you, makes you have to stay. And I'm even making it with my hands right now, this kind of box shape. You definitely don't want to be in that place, because when you're on that track, it is so hard to change tracks. You get stuck on that track of who your title is. And so what type of track should you be on? The track of who you are. Way more important than what you do. Why? Because the track of who you are is going to continue until the day that you leave the earth. So even when you're going through tunnels, which could be considered like hardship and struggle, and even when you're going around kind of the edge of a mountain, which could be the exciting parts, and when you're going uphill and downhill, having all the ups and downs of life, you remain the constant. Your titles do not. So being on that track is so important, and being on the track as who you are. Can you relate to that? Can you see a part in your life when you were on the track that was based on titles? I see here the comment, perfect timing from Paula. I needed to hear this to get myself to the next step and establish my new direction. Yeah, so if you're constantly trying to jump tracks, if you are constantly trying to jump on a new train, it's hard. How about instead, and this has really gone from me talking about the importance of being extraordinary and standing out to this place also of like really being yourself. So if we stick with this metaphor of the train and being on tracks, if the one option is to be on the train of your title, of your job, of your business, or whatever it is you're doing, that means when you want to have a new job, a new title, a new business, you need to jump on a new set of tracks with a new train, and you need to build the momentum again. How would it be instead if you could be on the tracks as who you are, and you just happen to stop at the train station of this career, or the train station of this title, or the train station of this type of business, but the one constant the whole time is you. You are the constant. You don't have to keep like getting motivated, because you get to stay the same and you get to show up in each place as who you are. Now, who you are is important. Who you are and making who you are unique is important. To all my introverts out there, to all my shy people out there, don't worry, I am not encouraging you that you now need to be an extrovert, that you now need to push yourself out of your comfort zone and be different. I was talking about the need to not be vanilla, the need to be extraordinary, and how as a shy person, as an introvert, this does not mean you have to change yourself and be extroverted or be outgoing or be kind of in people's faces. You don't have to be, but you have to be uniquely you. If we think of people who are out there in the world, people who have made an impact, at least on my life, I think of some famous people out there, and people who have also passed. I think of someone like Mother Teresa. You can already think in your head some unique words, some special words to say about her, even though you don't know her as a person potentially. You just know the essence of who she is. You can probably give 2-3 words of what you feel the essence of her is. And she's not someone that was like, up there and being boisterous. She's not like some of our talk show hosts, some of our famous people in the world. that are famous celebrities, but she had her own essence. She had her own uniqueness. And then we think of Oprah. Oprah's probably like one of the most famous people many people know, and she's a good person, at least from what I can see. She does good work in the world. And again, like think of the way that she is. She is unique for who she is. If I grab another talk show host, Ellen, and I think of the way she is and her kindness and the way she likes to have fun and dance, she's special. She's unique in her own way. Even if you look at people like Billie Eilish, where her style is unique and it's her. I can't say I love the green hair that she has, but she's uniquely herself. So I encourage you to think about what makes you uniquely you. It could be something in your appearance that makes you uniquely you. It could be your personality, or it could be something that you do. And it's a unique combination for you. When I traveled New Zealand, there were so many different pieces of landscape. There was even this amazing one-day walk that when you go through this one-day walk, you start off like climbing lava stones, lava rocks up the side of like a volcano. And then you go into like, there's fields and there's forests with like a hot spring river. And then the one area which was all kind of hilly, and there's this big grass that was super tall. And so the landscape kept changing, and each was unique in its own way, none better than the other, each unique. And that's exactly the way that people are. But people don't show up necessarily to get vanilla. And if they do show up for vanilla or they go somewhere, they're often pulled away by unique flavors of ice cream, unique donuts. So I want you to think about what makes you unique, what makes you stand out. You know, in the training that I was doing today, one of the women acknowledged another woman. It was an activity we were doing, acknowledged another woman for being calm. And she kind of like laughed or rolled her eyes because she doesn't think she is a calm person. But this was something that made her unique. This is something that had her stand out from the other women in the group. And it was something that this woman valued in the other woman. This was something that made her extraordinary. So do you know the 3 things that make you extraordinary, that make you unique? I recently went on to my Facebook profile and I asked people, what do you think I'm good at? What do you think I'm passionate about? Another question I could have asked, though, is what 3 words best describe me? What 3 adjectives would you use to talk about me? And why would I do that? Why did I do the original one? Well, it's for a project I'm working on. It's for a course I'm working on. But it's also good to know, how would others describe you? I often will do for my clients and for myself in my business, I'll do a 360 survey in order to get that type of honest feedback. And the reason why I do this for my clients is because this honest feedback that happens is not always easy to take. And so I get to be the filter there, and I help them to really see the truth and the essence underneath these answers. So when you ask people what 3 words best describe you, how do you think they will describe you? What words do you think they might use? You could be surprised, just like my client today was. Very surprised the word calm was said. She does not feel calm, but the thing is, the essence that she gives off is of calmness, just like I'd say Mother Teresa does. So what 3 words do you want to be known for? That's the other piece of it. The 3 words you want to be known for is around your branding, your essence. But the 3 words that other people know you by, your essence, you need to make sure that those match. So when I did a 360 and I asked people, like, what are 3 words that you would use to describe me? would get organized, driven, a leader. I would get these kind of things that I'm like, yeah, okay, I can see that. And sometimes I would get other words like, you have presence when you walk in a room. That was more describing like who I am or what they think of me. But it's like, that's super cool. What could I do with that information? What could I do in my business to use that presence piece? I encourage you to think about, what are the 3 words that I want to be known for being? What are the 3 words, though, that other people think of me? Can I get those to align? How can I stand out? How can I be unique? How can I actually step up and stop being vanilla and start being extraordinary? Something that people remember, someone that people remember. Why does that help you in your business? Because if people can remember you, then when they need your product or service, you're going to come top of mind for them. Also, how would it be if when you're at places, whether you're the one that comes in and cracks the jokes and is outgoing and meeting people and friendly and standing out in that way, and then people are like, wow, that person's a go-getter. Wow, that person's friendly. Wow, that person's like really cool. I need to connect with them. Whether it's in that capacity or whether it's the, whoa, that person has amazing presence. Like they're so calm, they're grounded. I love how I feel around them. They're just like a beacon of wisdom. Oh my goodness, that person's so cool. Or if that's the way you are, you can have equal amounts of success in your business because of it. Don't ever compare yourselves to others and feel that you need to change to be like them. That would be like being vanilla, because you're going to take away all the flavors that make you unique. There are millions of combinations of flavors out there because there are millions of people out there. You need to be clear about what makes you unique. Are you spicy? Are you sweet? I would love to hear what 3 words you would use to describe yourself. I would love to hear how you have asked friends, that you have polled your audiences on like social and asked them the 3 words or adjectives to describe you. Share that with me. And if you're someone that's like, man, I'd love to get a 360 survey down. I'd love for Diane to help me to put that into play, to make it anonymous so that you can get the understanding and the growth that you're looking for. Please reach out, Diane at DianeRolston.com, and we can make that happen for you. You can always send me a DM as well on this platform, on Facebook. So I just wanted to come in today and share this with you. I wanted you to, as we go into the weekend, to just be thinking about, how can I just be me, love being me, show up as me, stay as me, and not in the titles and not in the business and the job that you are and have. Instead, be you. Be you, and be the most unique version of you. Be the most flavorful version of you. Be extraordinary. Don't be ordinary. Don't be vanilla. Show up as who you truly are so that you can have the business and life success that you're looking for. Bye, everyone. Stay dynamic.
Thank you, Dynamic Women, for joining us today. Please hop on over to iTunes to subscribe and leave us a review. Who do you know who needs to hear our message? We'd love it if you'd share our channel with your friends and family. If you're ready to be more dynamic, have more balance and more success, head over to www.dynamicwomenclub.com/free gift for your Key to Success book. Stay dynamic.
Well, it was so awesome to have you listening in on the podcast today. If you liked this episode, please like, comment, and if you haven't yet, please write a review of this podcast so that other people know that this is worth listening to. What I would love to know is what your takeaway was. I personally read all reviews and would love to comment back to you and connect with you. So please jump over to DianeRolston.com and pick up my free ebook called Keys to Success. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the Dynamic Women podcast so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. I alternate weekly with having something that I share and then an interview with a dynamic woman. Do you know a dynamic woman that I should interview? That my listeners, people like you, would love to hear from? That can offer words of wisdom as well as a really cool dynamic story? Send them over to info@DianeRolston.com. Stay dynamic, and I'll see you next week.